Okay, whatever. Anyway, let's go to Twitter, to President Buhari's page. And the president had some series of tweets today. And I don't know what to make of them. Maybe you guys can help out. Now, we need to be careful. One of the worst things in the world is when you get emotionally entangled in issues. If you go to Linda Ikeji's blog, you would see where Festus Keyamo talked about the tweet. Keyamo complained about it. He said the reasoning is so absurd. Those accusing President Buhari of threatening Nigerians in his tweet. And the tweet goes thus. Many of those misbehaving today are too young to be aware of the destruction and loss of lives that occurred during the Nigerian Civil War. Those of us in the fields for 30 months who went through the war will treat them in the language they understand. Then Festus Keyamo tweeted, I hope some elites who couldn't find their voices to rein in their wards when their region burned will not suddenly find their voice against the president. Those who scream that it's Mr. President's duty to maintain law and order should not try to teach him how to do his job now. It's quite a long tweet and set of tweets, and I actually went to his page. And I want us to discuss this from a reasonable point of view. One thing I know about us is the moment we are blinded by sentiment and emotions, we no longer see anything straight. There's something else he said. Apart from that, he said, I receive daily security reports on the attacks on critical national infrastructure, and it is very clear that those behind them want this administration to fail. Whoever wants the destruction of the system will soon have the shock of their lives. We've given them enough time. I really don't know what to make of it. What do you take, Ada? What do you think, Ada? Let me hand over to you.
Um, Daddy, please, I'm trying to put on the hot seat, but I'll say it's quite unclear for now. Um, Seriously, I don't know if it's for the better or something.
Because let me ask you a question. You've noticed that in the East, they're burning police stations, courts, and INEC offices.
Right.
Let's even imagine that the police are extorting, the INEC didn't do their job in the past election, and the court. How do you expect to fix a country when you're burning the infrastructure? I don't get it. Maybe, like I said, I understand religion and the aftermath of religion and religious politics. You understand, if it's a biblical doctrine now, I would be able to come here, guns blazing, and be able to explain myself. But when it comes to Nigerian politics, I don't understand both sides. I'm not taking sides on the president's side. I'm not taking sides on those who are opposing the president. But it makes no sense to me. It's like some people want the country to burn, and they're capitalizing on it and they're burning it. And it's worrying. Maybe the angle from where the president came was not the best possible angle. But think about it. It's like this Nigeria must not work. We cannot let it work, because if it works, then that's the sign I'm seeing.
I get that, but sorry to come to you. It's 12 in the morning, and I think we get to continue with this topic later today. It's a new day. It's Wednesday.
All right, we definitely would do that. Take good care of yourself, dear Ada.
That's right. All right, Daddy Chris. Thank you so much.
You're most welcome. Take care and God bless.
All right, you too.
So this is a very pertinent question. Some people are saying I've got to take sides. I can't take. Who am I going to take sides with? Our leadership that is struggling, or those that want to take the leadership that are also. I'm looking at all of them. Those ones fighting, we're looking at all of them. We have all their CV. It's just like, hey, you don't chop me. I won't come there, can't chop. It's, to me, that's what I'm seeing in this whole drama. Wow. It's saying do me strong thing, oh. Nigeria is not working. Nigeria has many issues. You see, all Nigeria needed was COVID. Nigeria has not worked in a while. And it's the same thing with it's my same fight with religion. You want competent people, but you are praying for unmerited promotion. You are praying for unmerited favor. But you want, how do you reconcile the two? It's like saying you love dogs, but you are praying for cats. You want qualified leaders, but every day your prayers, Father, even when I'm not qualified, qualify me. Raise me up, even when they say I'm not qualified. Ask yourself, how do you reconcile these thoughts? Someone said in a while, Nigeria has never worked. I'm tempted to agree. You see, the greed of the average Nigerian is what has put us where we are today. We got our independence in 1960, and by 1967, within 7 years, we're already at each other's throats, fighting to go our separate ways. And you would have thought that the growth of religion over these years would have fostered growth in love. You see, if you watch my preaching earlier on today, I was like, what are the dividends of Christianity? That they preach from the pulpit. The prosperity preachers will tell you we'll be rich, we're poor, poorer than anybody else in the world. And we have only 3 billionaires, and out of the 3, 2 are Muslims. So we have only 1 official billionaire that's Christian. And I'm not even sure that one pays tithe. So what are the dividends of the prosperity doctrine? You're going to be rich. No, you're not rich. You're poor. You don't have billionaires. Your life expectancy is low, one of the lowest in the world. You see, but at the end of the day, if we failed at all these things and had love, I would say, okay, maybe Nigeria is going through a test phase. Israel went through their test phase. The body of Christ went through its test phase. Maybe Nigeria is going through its test phase. 1 Corinthians chapter 14 verse 1 clearly tells us, let love be your greatest goal. Love is more important than speaking in tongues. It's more important than prophecy. You look around you. Where's the love? The first place Nigeria failed is in the lack of love. There's no love. The church system, the religious system has entirely failed. Because if Christ in Luke chapter 10 clearly told us that loving God and loving man if you have those two commandments, like you've obeyed the whole of the law of Moses. Remember his interaction with the Pharisee and the parable of the Good Samaritan? The first time a Pharisee and Christ agreed on doctrine was love God with all your heart, all your mind, and all your strength, and love your neighbor as yourself. And Paul went on to teach that as doctrine in 1 Corinthians chapter 14, verse 1. Let love be your greatest goal. Paul even went on to say, if you have everything, including giving up your body as a sacrifice, and you don't love, you have gained nothing. And you look at Nigeria, one particular church has 35,000 branches and no love. And you tell me that I shouldn't criticize religion, and you should tell me that religion is not one of the biggest problems Nigeria has. You have a vice president that's a pastor. How has that helped? So, those blaming Buhari, there's one thing I need you to know. I'm never going to stand, what is it called for Buhari? I'm never going to stand as surety or lawyer for Buhari. But one thing I need you to know is the last 3 years have been a struggle with regards to us selling oil. The oil we sold in the last 1 year, that's in 2020, was competing with Earpod in revenue. Who do we blame? Everyone. I blame your parents and mine. Your parents did nothing. They were afraid to speak. And they left us a worse earth than the one they inherited from their own parents. Everybody, every Nigerian is to be held accountable for the current state of Nigeria. Whether you like what I'm saying or not, we are all responsible. Of course, the leadership has its own huge share of it. And so does past leadership. Our past leaders were not saints. Our past leaders were not from heaven. They contributed to this. And our current leadership is not a leadership of angels, celestial beings. Our current leadership also has its own issues. And even though there's no followership, there's no word as followership, I'm going to use that term because our followership has as much issue as, or as many issues as our leadership has. And we cannot keep blaming the devil when the first thing that Christianity is supposed to teach you is love, and that's the last thing on your agenda. Your pastors teach you about money. They teach you conspiracy theories from the pulpits, and you expect to have a country that works. It works for them. So that's just my take. That's just my take. What do you expect him to say? What do you expect him to say? Some people, do you agree with me that some people are determined to make sure that this country does not work? Some elements are determined that this Nigeria, it will never work. And they will do everything they can to make sure it doesn't work. And how do you expect us to progress if you've already lynched the system? So that is it. That is it. I blame everybody in Nigeria. I blame me and you. I blame your parents and mine. I blame the current leadership. I blame the leadership of the church who has refused to preach the truth. Because if we had 35,000 churches preaching love, we would not be where we are today. Someone said because their source of wealth, division is their oil well. I wish you could have said it better, but that's reality right there. I also believe that the Igbos too were not addressed justly. The outcome of the Civil War, the Igbos needed also to feel like they're part of Nigeria. And I don't believe they got that. But at the same time, we also have to be careful how we air our grievances. Because if me and you are fighting over my father's car, and then in our fight we now go and burn the car, what are we going to fight about? So everything has to be done with tact. Everything has to be done with sense. Everything has to be done in love. I do not believe that Nigeria must stay together. I don't have that belief. If we can't work together, let's separate, but not by burning everywhere down. Why are you going to separate if you've burnt everything down? So, a lot of people will say no need for prayer. I believe Nigeria needs prayers. Let's keep Nigeria in our prayers, because right now, where we are, I'm worried, and I hardly get worried. Take care, guys. Stay blessed. Love you all. See you same time tomorrow. Oh, I said I wasn't going to come tomorrow, so I'll rest. I might still have to in the evening for a few minutes just to talk about life and dangerous and other matters. Take care of yourselves. Love you all, and don't forget to join Bookie and I on Forex with Bookie at 2 p.m.